Afternoon, Graham. It's all going very well in the Premier League. I take it there's no different approach really for this one, is there?
No, we want to try to be competitive, try and win the game. It's an important game for us. We want to do well. We want to progress. We know we're playing against a really talented team, so it's going to be difficult. But the approach is still the same.
Your mistakes were costly, weren't they, at the weekend? But did you still take an awful lot from that game? Positives?
Yeah, we did. I think whenever you analyse a game, you've got to, of course, look at yourself and look at how you can do better, which we have to do, and there are opportunities for that. But also, you have to appreciate that there's an opponent on there as well, and that played at a really high level. So when you're playing at that level a game, you do get punished if you're slightly away. But the guys gave everything. I said after the game, there's ways to lose, and I think we were sort of okay with how we lost that game because we gave everything. There was a real attempt to get back in. We tried to be ourselves, like I said, against one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world.
And the fact you've got Liverpool on Saturday, it's a tough run of fixtures, isn't it? Does that have any bearing at all on your selection tomorrow evening?
Yeah, it is. We knew it was going to be a tough week. You're facing two of the best teams in the world, and then Leicester as well, and they're arguably up there as well. So it doesn't get too much tougher. So there's a little bit of consideration there, but it's also about our group. We've got 20 plus players that are fighting every day to play, and they're supporting each other. And this is an opportunity for guys that maybe haven't played as much to play. Doesn't change our approach, doesn't change our mentality. We want to try and be competitive, like I said at the start, and try to win the game. But it's important that players feel that they have an opportunity to show what they can do.
Yeah. You'll be aware it's a competition. Brighton have never won quarterfinals, I think, at best. But it maintains some sort of momentum winning games, doesn't it? It keeps the fans excited and very much on side in that regard.
Yeah, whoever you speak to, winning games is better than not. That's common sense, of course, but we can't look at anything other than the game. Leicester away is a very, very tough game, and Brendan will be wanting to be competitive and want to win the game as well with his squad. So we're under no illusions. We know it's a tough game, but at the same time, we're excited for it. It's a great opportunity for our players, and we're looking forward to it.
You have beaten them this season 2-1 in the Premier League. Does that have any bearing whatsoever?
Not really, to be honest. I don't think the past counts for too much. I think it'll be two completely different teams, and I imagine Brendan will make some changes. We'll make some changes, and it's at their place. They'll look to be, like I said, dominant at home. So we need to be ready for that, and we'll just compete and do our best. It's like I said. It's a great game for us. Good opportunity for some of the guys. So we're looking forward to it.
Just finally then from me, have you any injuries or issues? I know you're probably not going to name your team at this stage, but Tariq Lamptey likely to start this one?
Well, no, we've got a plan with Tariq, and we've had a plan with Tariq, but of course it depends on how much involvement he's had. He played quite a bit, more than anticipated, against Manchester City. So with a view to Liverpool, we'll make the call about him. We haven't got any fresh injury problems. We just need to make the decision around who's playing in the squad.
Good luck. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Graham, how much of a boost is it to have Adam Webster available again? Is this a timely return for him potentially in coming weeks?
Well, whenever Adam's available, it's a timely occasion, I think, because he's an important player for us. I think if you think back to the Watford game, he's probably our most effective attacking player in many ways. So he gives us a different dimension, but he's competing for his place. He needs to build up his minutes. So it's a good opportunity for him tomorrow, and he'll be involved tomorrow. It's great news for us.
In the last couple of rounds, you've had a few youngsters involved, whether that's in the team or on the bench as well. As the competition goes on, though, is it more difficult to include them?
Not really. I think it's just at all the time you just got to decide what the right thing for us is for the team. And if that's in the 23s, that's fine, because we have faith in them and we believe in them. And sometimes it'll be a different decision. So we just have to take it for what it is at the time that it is, make the right call. But one thing I know is the guys won't let us down.
It was mentioned that the club have actually only got to the quarterfinals of this competition. How much of a sort of, I suppose, a moment would that be to actually achieve that, to get to the quarterfinals of this competition?
It's not something I've given a massive amount of thought to, Johnny. We want to win the game. That's in cup competitions. There's no point thinking anything other than the next match you play. And we're ambitious. We understand that a cup run can help the positivity. It's something for the supporters to like and enjoy, and we'll do our best in the game. We want to be competitive and want to try and win, as I'm sure Leicester will as well. So we're looking forward to it. We're excited for it. We go tomorrow and we'll give it a go.
And what do you make of Leicester City? They have a lot of quality players that haven't been starting in the Premier League as well. Brendan's got some options there, just as you have, hasn't he?
Yeah, yes, yeah. I mean, they've assembled a really good squad. It's well documented that their recruitment has been fantastic, which means they haven't just got 11 players, they've got a squad of players, and I'm sure they'll be looking at that because they've had a heavy fixture period in terms of Europa League, where they've got some good results since the international break. Moved to a 3 at the back, which looks to suit them really well. But again, in terms of what they do, you never know. So we'll just have to adapt on the night, I think. And but we've got a lot of respect for Leicester City as a football club. How they've achieved what they've achieved and how they've achieved it, I think, is really impressive.
Aaron, in the last game, a couple of goals get you through against Swansea, and since then's not really featured much. Should these games be viewed as opportunities for players like that to maybe prove a point to you to why they should be in your thoughts more?
Well, yeah, I think any time the guys get to play is an opportunity. That's the life of a professional footballer. It's an opportunity to show what you can do. Of course, everybody has opinions, and it's easy to speak and talk, but actually the best way to do it is to let football speak and what you do on the pitch. I mean, we were really pleased with Aaron in the last game. Nice for him to get some goals. We've been picking up points in the Premier League, so it's not so easy. That's how life is. You have to wait your chance. You have to be patient. You have to keep working. You have to keep focused on yourself, and then make sure that if the opportunity comes, that you're ready and you can take it.
How do you deal with that? What kind of advice are you able to give to guys like Aaron, who maybe come up and say, well, look, what else do I have to do to get an opportunity?
Well, I can imagine it's a bit more of a difficult conversation if you're down the bottom of the league and you haven't got any points. But I think up to the weekend we were 4th in the Premier League, so clearly the 11 that are playing are doing okay in relative terms. So sometimes it's life of a professional footballer. Sometimes it's not fair. Sometimes the coach makes a different decision. It's what you sort of sign up to when you sign for a Premier League club, because it's not just 11 players. There's a squad and there's competition because it's the highest level. As I said, I think all you can do as a player is not let my decision, the coach's decision, affect your response, really. So make sure you're ready. Make sure that when you're on the pitch, you're doing your best. That you make it difficult for the coach not to play you. And I think all you can do is be honest, articulate your thoughts to the player, and then the response is their responsibility.
Do you find it easier than it had been, obviously, when Brighton are, at the other end of the table? Is it easier conversations to have with people then rather than it is now?
I think it's always the worst part of the job, or the challenging part of the job is leaving players out, because I'm a bit empathic, so I understand that I understand that they're disappointed. I understand that they're frustrated. Guys want to play. They're young and ambitious, and That's how it is. So you have to make those selections. And like I said, I never make a selection based on how much I like someone or not. It's not personal. It's my decision. I do my job. I do my analysis. Think about which team is the right team to pick to win the game. But I might not be right as well. And I articulate that to the guys. Like I said, the choice of how you act to a coach's decision is your choice. All I can do is provide a framework that gives them an understanding of why they're not playing as best I can, and then every decision is that, and every conversation just has to be as honest and as truthful as you can be.